convey today, that we do have to go from air police to air defense, but we have to ensure that countries on the border with Russia and Belarus have to have enough resources and flexibility, speed of reaction and pooling of resources for air defense on the border is a priority for all of the alliance. Now, another message is that agreements of Hague Summit have any meaning only if they are up to date. We do not really need 5% for defense in 10 years or in 15 years. We do need them now. Lithuania has more than 4% this year, and we are going to have well over 5% since next year, because we understand that we are racing against time. And the first day that the front in Ukraine stops badly, that means that we will have to count not years, but months until crisis reaches us. So talking about Ukraine, Lithuania is going to contribute $30 million to Pearl today. We can transfer this money today if needed. And we're really hoping that the next package will be formed as soon as possible.
Madam Minister, Secretary General Rutte has said that Russian planes should be guided gently out of NATO airspace. Do you think that's an appropriate adverb?
Well, wording gently, I think, is very diplomatic. But in the current situation, of course, we have to send a very clear message that our airspace is our airspace. Yes, in certain situations, maybe pilots do get lost. Maybe things like that happen, like ships in the shadow fleet get lost over the cables and accidentally cut them. So we have a lot of confusion and a lot of inability to track their own actions from Russia. I hope you understand that this is irony. But in current situation, what we already have ability to neutralize objects in our airspace that pose danger to our citizens. When we talk about Gerberas or Shaheds, the drones that are armed or that can be armed, we need to take precautions and we need to react swiftly. Lithuania has changed legislation to ensure that there is no need for political permission for each time that an object needs to be neutralized. As a minister, I issued an order that Air Force can make that decision without waiting for political decisions. Also closing airspace so that civil objects, civilian objects are removed, and that NATO pilots, that fighter jets can do their job without fear to damage civilian objects is done also in Lithuania. I'm hoping that all other countries will ensure that caveats or exceptions that prevent immediate reaction by our Air Force are removed as fast as possible. Nobody can have time in the sky for political negotiations.
Which actions do you expect from the US today when it comes to the use of long-range missiles for Ukraine and Russian targets?
I think this is something that we are all awaiting for a very long time. For Russia, strategic dilemmas is their tool, is their weapon. Russia is very good at creating strategic dilemmas for us. Are we finally ready to create strategic dilemmas for Russia? And strategic dilemma is not less reward or more reward. Strategic dilemma is more pain or less pain. And therefore, until Russia does not feel that they will suffer consequences of their war of aggression that would impair their ability to expand their military power, until then, everything else is just talk.
How do we make those consequences when we've been trying to hurt Russia since the start of the war?
There is a result, as you see. Their economy really does experience quite a lot of challenges. Percentage of federal budget which goes to military needs would not be sufferable for any normal country, for any democratic country. But we still have influx of cash through other countries, enablers of Russian war. So therefore, secondary sanctions really need to be full scale.
I really want to welcome Pete Hegseth.